You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Business Access TV is going off-road for the True Juice Cross Country 5K. Now, this one-of-a-kind event takes place on the beautiful Tradewind Citrus Farm here in Bogwalk, St. Catherine, and is expected to be a day filled with fun and excitement. I'm Jamila Maitland. Stay with us for the highlights.
Well, last year we had about 1850, so we're trying to go up by about 20%. We've gone up by about 45%. We had over 2,600 participants today, so I'm very, very proud of the team, the marketing team, and what they've done to get out the crowd. And the beneficiary is going to be the Linstead Hospital. We're very, very pleased with the turnout. Apart from the bigger numbers, it's a similar course. It's a cross-country course through the orchards, a 5K run followed by a walk, and then we have a 20K cycle ride, which is also through the orchards, which I did and enjoyed myself tremendously. It's the only cross-country event, so you're going through the lovely, cool orchards of True Juice in Fogwalk, not Bogwalk. It was nice and foggy this morning. And it's just one of a kind, so rather than running through the streets of Kingston, we're running everybody through the hills and valleys of the True Juice orchards. I'm overwhelmed. I'm very thankful for the huge turnout. I'm really hoping everybody enjoys themselves. It's hard to cater for 2,600 people, but we tried our best to make sure our parking was in order, that we had refreshments for everybody. Our sponsors have come out and are helping to feed everybody. Purity, Nature's Valley, Excelsior, and Wisynco with their line of products, water, Powerade. They've come out and helped to complement what True Juice has to offer. So True Juice is the main sponsor as a host, but we've gotten a lot of support from other sponsors to make this possible. This is our 6th year, and it keeps growing every year, but every year we go up by 10 or 15%, but this year it was a quantum leap, 40-odd% increase, and we're overwhelmed and appreciative of the support. We've been doing it for a while now, and I think it's important for companies to reach out to their immediate community. So Bogwalk Linstead doesn't have a lot of large corporations, so we're one of the largest in the area. So I think it's very important for us to do events in our community and benefit our community. So that's why we chose the Linstead Hospital, because that is the main hospital, not just for the area, but for people driving through. So if you're driving from Kingston to Ocho Rios and unfortunately have an accident or you get sick along the way, the Linstead Hospital is your first port of call, and it's been improved, and we don't want to see at Linstead Hospital, but if you get there, you'll be well taken care of because it's under great improvement. Don't miss it next year, and it's still not too late to donate. So we'll take donations for the Linstead Hospital, but don't miss it next year. It's a great, also corporate event. Bring out team members from your company, spend the day. Yes, we have offerings here, but if you come and have a picnic out here after, swim in the river, it's a great team building, bonding place, and everyone is welcome.
This is my first time, and I think the run was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't hot. It was very overcast, and I mean, going over the hills and the valleys was great. I think it was well put together. Some persons had difficulties because the terrain was a little bit wet, but overall, it was cool and a very good run.
So the race today was enjoyable, but challenging. Enjoyable because of just the picturesque of the course. The orange grove, the mist this morning was very cool, but challenging because there are many hills and valleys and slippery slopes. So, but beyond that, it's a great event. The turnout is phenomenal. A lot of people here, more than last year. I ran last year also. I suspect the corporate challenge that Jamaica Moves has been sponsoring has brought a lot of corporate employees. So I would say this is like almost twice what we saw last year, which is very positive. From a health perspective, it's good. As you know, we promote physical activity as part of our health and wellness activities. So to see people out walking, riding, running is just a positive message for all. Because you want healthy lives, families, memories, more moments, more life, which is what we say in Jamaica Moves. It's good from a productivity perspective, people more productive at work because they're less downtime from sickness. It generates economic activity, as you can see, many people here. The race is for a worthy cause, Linstead Hospital. So I am yet to identify one negative with the event. We have to get people to understand that their health is primarily their responsibility. And you must take your health in your own hands, and you must do what is necessary. It's all well and good to talk about hospitals, but you really don't want to get to the hospital. And this is one of the things that will help to prevent that.
This is our fourth year benefiting from the proceeds from the True Juice 5K. And I can tell you, this year's proceeds will go towards purchasing at least one warmer for our infants. This is very important, you know, because a warmer help an infant that has just been born. This preserve life. And we have to transfer babies from time to time to Spanish Town Hospital. And some babies born in such a condition that they need a warmer, and this warmer will help to preserve life. You need new equipment and you need to replace those that have gone bad. We need areas to be refurbished. Right now, Linstead Hospital is on a developmental phase, and there are so many areas that we'd want to develop, but we need the funding. And it's good when we have corporate Jamaica coming together with us to assist us in getting some of these needs filled. The proceeds last year was in aid of purchasing an hydrocollator, and that was for our new physiotherapy department that opened this year. And also it assisted us in purchasing a dressing chair, and this dressing chair helped us in assisting patients better in caring for their wounds. I can tell you the Tradewind family is now the Linstead family. And I crave corporate Jamaica to come in, especially corporate Linstead. This area, we have quite a number of industries, organizations, and so forth. So I would love them to look at what Tradewind is doing and participate. Come in. You don't have to be as big as what they are doing. If you can go bigger, no problem. But as small as what you can, come in and assist Linstead, because at some time, it's either your staff or your family will have to use Linstead Hospital.
Third place, Shanice Gordon, UCT Steppers, 25.33. So that's Shanice Gordon, UCT Steppers, 25.33. Second is Elizabeth Munden. And the winner for the run, 5K run, True Juice Cross Country, Laurie Sharp, Tradewind Citrus. And the winner for the 5K run, Garfield Gordon, UCT Steppers. Kenesia McDonald, NCU. And the winner for the True Juice Cross Country 5K walk is Anna K. Swaby, Shizzle Fit. Now we go to the men. Ashia Morgan, Shizzle Fit third, 32.26. Make your way on stage. Then second is Gladstone Johnson, NCU. And the winner is Dowell Allen, NCU 91 FM. Please make your way to the stage. For the teams, the third place trophy goes to Rainforest Seafoods. Tradewind Citrus. And the winning team is UCT Stephen. So Sophia Manning, you are second in the female cycle race. And the winner now is Elizabeth Monda. Receiving her trophy, she will also receive a gift basket courtesy of True Juice. Let us go to the men. Third place for the men, David Osborne. And second place is Fraser McConnell. And the winner for the 20K cycle, Bobby Barnes. So we're down to the final set of presentations for those who participated, the female who participated in the run and the cycle, and the male who participated in the run and the cycle. For the female, Elizabeth Mondon. So for the men, Carlisle Russell, Rainforest Seafoods.
It's Island Eyewear Hello December sale. For 2 days only, get 50% off all frames. Guess, Yoli, Jordu, Ray-Ban, 50% off. Visit any Island Eyewear Friday, November 30th and Saturday, December 1st and get 50% off your frames plus free eye test. Conditions apply. It's Island Eyewear Hello December 2-day sale. Call 630-1180 or visit islandeyewear.com.
Career Moves has always explored interesting careers, highlighting all you may not have known about them. This season is no different.
Coming back to Jamaica, everyone's like, Fizzy what? Fizzy who?
When you find a bright boy or girl in the class and people say, what are you going to be? The parents say, you have to go be a doctor, you have to go be a lawyer. Nobody says you have to go be a politician.
Let me see your hands!
Tune in Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Business Access TV.
The Good Life, your trusted source for useful health and wellness information, lifestyle tips for the mind, body, and soul. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
It was definitely a good feeling to win this True Juice 5K run walk, and I'm happy that my contribution will help the Linstead Hospital, so I'm very happy with that. And I would definitely encourage persons to compete in this race because not only do the proceeds go to a worthy cause, but it also allows you to stay fit and be a part of a nice running community, and you definitely have fun.
I feel very proud of myself that all my hard work and my working out has paid off, so it feels very good. How I feel about the proceeds, it's one of my main reasons why I enter the walks. I think it's going to a worthy cause, so I don't mind doing it, I don't mind participating in it for a worthy cause. I would tell persons who wants to participate in an event like this, any 5K walk or any event, it's going to a worthy cause, it's worth a try. Go, do your best, because your only limit is you.
It was a great feeling, you know. The race was very challenging, but I did my best. Going into a race, I always want to come first, so I give my 110%. So whatever the end result is, I'm happy with it. It's for a worthy cause, we are all for it, and we'll always come out and support True Juice. So.
It's an excellent feeling to become the winner again, because I won it last year, but I think I have a better time this year. My aim going into the race was just to pace myself, really, because I know I don't have much competition, just to keep the splits equally. It's an excellent feeling, you know, knowing that I'm able to help somebody.
It's a good moment now, good feelings, you know, say, I never know that I could place in a second. 2 years ago I come third, and I come second this year. My aim is to really try finish the top in the Jamaica Move Challenge. You know, all of these charity movements, I take part in them, just run for a passion. So it's a good look good move. I love what everybody is doing, the True Juice body, the Jamaica Move, every one of them, the sponsors them, they support all of these charity movements and elevate these hospitals around Jamaica.
It's very important because it puts us out there. Yes, you know the Jamaica Biscuit Company because we have been around for 107 years. But being that we have new products coming out, it's very important for us to let people know that we are still here. They are actually very happy that we are here because they have been hearing about our new product, which is YOLO, but they haven't been able to sample it. So now that we are here and we are giving them samples, we're actually getting good feedback from them because they gravitated well to our products. Also, we have a new sweet tea. It's not actually new, but the packaging is new. We have brought it down to bite size, so it's easy for us to travel, wait, and so on. Persons are really gravitating to it because it can be put in your lunch kit, can be put in your handbag as a snack, and it's easy to carry. It's important that we came on board since these proceeds are going to be funded to the hospital because anywhere that we can help out, especially with health, it's very important to give back. I would tell other corporate sponsors to get on board with this for next year because it's actually a good idea for you to be a part of this type of audience.
Vegetables, make sure you eat. Children do 60 minutes activity daily. Drink some water when you feel thirsty. Cut down dessert and have a smoothie. Jamaicans, love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right. Just eat right. Love your body, treat your body right. Love your body, treat your body right.
As all of us in Jamaica move to a healthier society, we want to encourage our team members at Wisynco and the public and here at Tradewinds to come out and, you know, move around, walk, run, or cycle. And this course at Tradewinds is one of the most pristine courses, I think, in the whole entire Jamaica Moves Challenge. When I see the crowd here, and you know, I've been to a couple of the other challenges, and when you look down, when the fog rises and you see the crowd gathered together in their yellow shirts, green shirts, orange and red shirts, you automatically get goosebumps. There's no question about it because you realize that, you know, we are all a people. And that's what Jamaicans always do. We come together. This course is very different from many other riding courses because it's not just asphalt. In fact, there's no asphalt that you ride on. You ride on grass, you ride on sand and marl roads, in and out of the orchards. You have to be, I'm not that experienced riding on courses like this because I'm not used to the asphalt, but I know like the Tradewinds crew, they're very used to the marl, the cutting corner. You have young Fraser McConnell, who I understand came second. He drinks a lot of Ionade, so that's probably why he came second. But these guys that are out here, they're used to the fast course down the hills, where I'm a little bit more tentative. But great, fantastic event and course. I think for the proceeds from this, to go towards a good cause like the Linstead Hospital, it's really, you know, a gift for all of us to be able to come together as Jamaicans. And this is what I love about our country, Jamaica. Whenever there's a need or a cause, we all rally together to overcome that challenge. And the proceeds from this event, I hope that, you know, the next little child that gets saved, all of us can hear about it and know that we were a part of it, because this is what our calling in life is. It's to help others and help our nation together.
I want all of you. Give me every yes. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it.
We hosted the walk, 5K walk, 5K run, and a 20K cyclist. It's been challenging for some, that's what I heard. Some it is easy because this is actually our 6th staging, and we tend to see a lot of repeating patrons and participants. Our marketing team that consists of our head of marketing, Marshall Lumley, brand manager, Lauren Mahfood, and marketing coordinator, Kerisha Ferguson. Also and myself, we work tremendously. Last night we were here until this morning we were here until after 1. So just to pull off something of this magnitude. We actually go above our target. Last year we had close to 2,000 across the finish line. This year we exceeded that. We had 2,500. And also the riders has been growing tremendously, 50% more. I want to highlight the sponsors came on board to support us, because without them, the event wouldn't have been this successful. We believe in love and we believe in giving back. And for corporate Jamaica to come and put together and make our medical facility more conducive, it means a lot to our consumers, and the consumer will really appreciate it.
For today's event, there was a lot of planning put forward to it. Like, we knew from years ago that we were doing this. We've been doing it. This is the 6th year, so it's really exciting. And for me, I am grateful and thankful for all the support we've gotten. I only started working at TradeWinds in October 2017, so this is my first 5K as like leading it, but I participated in a few others previous to this. So I mean, I'm truly thankful. I just want to say big up Jamaica, big up everybody that supported, because without you this would not be possible, and I am truly grateful. This terrain is beyond unique, because most of 5Ks in Jamaica are on the road. This one is actually through the True Juice Orchard, so you're going past orange trees, coconut trees. It's just a different vibe. You see the river flowing, the fog rising. It's so beautiful, so refreshing, and I'm so thankful to be a part of this event. True Juice always believes in giving back to Jamaica, giving back to its society, and here in Bog Walk, we've been giving our proceeds to Linstead Hospital since 2015, and this year we're doing it again. And the area deemed most critical by the Linstead Hospital team was infant warmers for their maternity ward. So we're trying to get them at least 2. One infant warmer is 600,000, so if we could get them 2, that would be truly amazing. I just want to encourage corporate Jamaica. Like, we need to develop Jamaica. We need to encourage people to support what we have, because we're truly a special nation, and I believe that everybody should come out, donate what they have. If they weren't able to participate today, I want them to donate to our account that we've done for the very first time this year. So they can follow True Juice to get the account number on Instagram, and just donate if you weren't able to run, walk or cycle. We are grateful for anything. You miss an event, a true 100 event, but we encourage you to come out. Next year we'll be hosting it again. So just keep updated, keep updated with what we are posting, and come out.
Stay current and gain more information on the ever-evolving industry of real estate on Home Sweet Home, Sundays at 4:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Have you seen it? It's BATV Live. Live streams of business news weekdays at 7:30 p.m. Stay on point Thursdays at 8 p.m. with our Business Current Affairs show, and Weekend Business Report Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Wherever you are. Log on to our Facebook page at Business Access TV or visit our website at batvja.com. Live and at your fingertips. Business Access TV. Serious about business.
A lot of planning, but I think what's good is that we have a good team working with. It's not a lot of us, but we leverage our media partners, we leverage our agencies, and everybody come together to help us to make sure that everything is in place and ready for True Juice 5K on Sunday morning. I think that what's been exceptionally this year is that we have had a lot of media sponsors, and the media has really come on board and worked with us to put the word out, drive awareness, and really tell people that True Juice 5K is one of a kind. There's no other like it. Just the experience that True Juice 5K deliver, nobody else can, and it's one of its kind. So us being able to actually tell people about that this year in a much bigger way, I think that helped us to be successful. And I think it's at this point that we really say too, thanks to all our partners. We have Water, we Cinco, we have PowerAid, we have Nature Valley, Excelsior, Purity, and Jamaica Biscuit Company, we said that already. But Rainforest Seafood give us some of the food for VIP and elsewhere as well. Jamaica Boilers gave us some meat as well, and we couldn't do it unless we had people who are supportive and want to connect with the patrons or the participants to help us make it successful. Last year we had a little under 2,000 participating, so in my mind I felt like if we had anything over 2,000, we'd be great. If we had anything over 2,500, that would be exceptional. And we have passed 2,500. So we're really pleased, we're blessed. We appreciate the fact that people really took the time out this morning to come and run, walk and cycle with us and help us make this successful, so that we should be able to give Linstead Hospital much more than we did last year. What makes it unique and different, it's not a city run. It's not on the roadway, and the city runs are great, and the runs on the roadway are great, and that's why we wanted to do something different. We could have gone to Kingston and run, and we could have run on the road in Bogwalk as well, but we thought we have this beautiful property. It's a couple thousand acres, so we have room to do 5K within the orchards, and we thought what a great experience that would be, and it has been for 6 years now. So we have a route for the cyclists, and we have a route for the run walk, because we have the space to do it. The terrain is different. It's actually through passing the orange trees, and we have a few coconut trees too, so you pass those as well. And it's just simply orchard, grass. And what was really awesome this year, I think, the sun wasn't out at all for the run walk. It was not out, it was simply fog, so it was beautiful. You weren't worrying about the sun heat at all. So we can offer that as well. In Kingston, you will have the sun heat. There is no fog. So that's also different. But it was really an awesome experience, and I'm proud to say I did it, so I'm talking from experience. It's very important for True Juice to have an event like this. As a company, as a brand, True Juice, we promote a healthy lifestyle. We promote choices. We do. And so we have our no sugar added 100% juice category. And of course we do vegetable juices like our green juice and our beetroot juice. And just in making sure that we provide healthy choices, it's also about healthy living. And I feel like healthcare is a right. Healthcare is your right. You should have access to good healthcare. And so it's important for us to partner and be able to contribute to the community, and in particular, Linstead Hospital and the purchase of medical equipment. Majority of our staff is from the St. Catherine area. And so this is a major hospital within the St. Catherine area. And we want to make sure we're contributing to the sustainability of the hospital. They've been in existence for 100 years, and we want to be a part of the next century with the hospital and know that True Juice, Tradewind Citrus, we have made a contribution to that.
To be the first female, it feels very good. The course was very, very, very nice. I think it's fantastic. It's a beautiful example of health and great support for those premature kids. Yes, definitely. I will be back next year. I love it.
Well, the True Juice 5K, felt good, but it was rough. The aim in my race is to cut down the time. I did 1 hour 7 minutes last year, so I wanted to go under 1 hour. Difference was I'm a bit fitter this time. So it was a bit easier. To the people that missed this event, they missed a good one. It was great.
20K cycle, deadly. It was rough. It's my first time doing it. I didn't know what to expect in terms of doing the cycling, because it's been years since I've even jumped on a bicycle. So right now, I think it's a new experience for me. I started the track at about 8 o'clock. What time is it now? About 10 o'clock. See? And it's my first time, so I'm saying do some practice runs first, because that's why it's no walkover. Try to finish about an hour. Don't make everybody run past me, but then I see grandma moving past me, a 10-year-old moving past me. I'll be like, okay, they're fit. I'm just getting there. I think it's a good cause. Whenever you have the chance to be able to support an organization or entity, I think it's worth supporting. So kudos to True Juice. And next year, I think I'll definitely be here again.
That's it from us here at the beautiful Tradewind Citrus Farm here in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. Until next time, I'm Jamila Maitland for Business Access TV, serious about business.
Every day you wake up, you have another opportunity to make this little island better, safer, a place where we all can be proud to call home. It's time we all recognize that every little thing we do has an impact on the Jamaica we live in now and the country we're leaving for our children. So promise me this, promise yourself this. No more will we tolerate criminals, even if it's our relatives. Tell them they're doing something wrong. Tell them to stop. Tell them no more robbing our children of the Jamaica they deserve. Tell them no more crime.
I commit to facilitating the growth and expansion of the technological sector.
And we here at the JIS support that commitment. Innovations in science and technology is one of the ways we can achieve our shared vision for the island to be the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and what Prime Minister Andrew Holness always adds, retire in paradise. It's your favorite magazine program. We continue today's offering with a word of advice, followed by the news. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay with us.
Hey, ready to pack? Remember, the importation, manufacturing, distribution, and use of single-use plastic carrier bags, or scandal as we call them, plastic straws, and styrofoam containers will not be allowed come January 1, 2019. Plastics do not decompose readily and end up in our environment as solid waste for many years, stifling our animals, plant life, and our livelihoods too. Rethink, refuse, reduce the use of plastic. Start using environmentally friendly packaging. The ban on plastics is effective as of January 1, 2019. Preserve our land. Support the plastic ban.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, November 26. The new $1 million bypass road for the 3 miles area is to become a permanent fixture, eventually serving as an option to the main route. The road was initially announced as a fix for the inconvenience caused by the closure of Portia Simpson Miller Square to facilitate the ongoing Hagley Park Road Improvement Project. But while touring the road last week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the bypass could become the main route for heavy equipment and people heading to the port, while regular traffic flows along Spanish Town Road. The 1.4-kilometer road links Chesterfield Drive with Marcus Garvey Drive. The Prime Minister says that, given the isolation of the area, security arrangements will be put in place for the bypass road.
The road will be facilitated with street lights. There will be a soft shoulder, and there are sidewalks in place. But you definitely will have to have security presence. So it will be part of the patrol schedule of the Hunts Bay Police. It will probably, in the initial stages, have to be manned by the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement branch.
The bypass road is about 90% complete and will be opened to the public soon. In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is also assuring commuters that the overpass and other infrastructure under the Hagley Park Road Improvement Project are being built for resilience and the ability to sustain the effects of climate change.
And so even the bypass road that we have almost completed, additional provisions will be made for drainage and to protect the road. It is also clear to me that NEPA will have to do significant work in that area to ensure that the drains are not taking commercial pollutants and that the public using that thoroughfare will not be exposed.
As he toured the site last week, Mr. Holness commended the National Works Agency and the China Harbor Engineering Company for the quality and speed of the work being done. He also thanked residents and business owners in the area for their cooperation during the process and urged the NWA to ensure their cooperation was not abused. The Bank of Jamaica is forecasting continued positive macroeconomic outlook for Jamaica, with more buoyant commercial activities and job creation over the next 2 years. BOJ Governor Brian Winter made the projections while speaking at the bank's recent quarterly press briefing.
Bank of Jamaica is expecting that there will be further improvements in labor market conditions and employment over the next 2 years. The expected growth predominantly reflects an improvement in net external demand, buoyed by increased production in mining and quarrying, and expansion in construction and tourism-related activities.
Mr. Winter says other encouraging factors include continued pickup in credit extended to the private sector by deposit-taking institutions. This has led the central bank to hold its policy interest rate unchanged at its 2% low. The BOJ governor says this should continue to encourage increased economic activity and job creation, financed by strong growth in credit to the private sector. The Agriculture Ministry, through its Plant Quarantine and Produce Inspection Branch, has suspended permits for the importation of romaine lettuce from the United States. The import suspension comes in the wake of an E. coli outbreak linked to lettuce in 11 states across the U.S. E. coli bacteria is found in the environment, foods, and intestines of people and animals. The bacteria can cause diarrhea, urinary tract infections, and respiratory illnesses such as pneumonia. The Agriculture Ministry is asking consumers who have purchased romaine lettuce to discard or return the item to the grocery store for a full refund. Persons seeking further information are urged to contact the Consumer Affairs Commission at info@cac.gov.jm or call 876-906-5424. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has embarked on a national town center cleanup campaign. 105 town centers within the 4 regions across the country are being cleaned up in time for Christmas. Executive Director at the NSWMA, Audley Gordon, says over 2,000 truckloads of refuse will be removed from the town centers during the campaign. Members of the business community are being called on to support the cleanup campaign by properly disposing of their garbage. Under the law, the NSWMA is not responsible for the garbage collection of commercial entities. Government is working towards having 300 fully certified early childhood institutions by the year 2019.
Through the Early Child Commission and our government, we are taking on infant schools. We are adding infant departments to existing primary schools. We are asking the private early child institutions to come over, sign an MOU, and to become part of the government public early childhood system.
The education minister was addressing a recent ceremony where the Japanese government donated $17,000 worth of stimulation resources for the Brain Builders program. Launched on July 6, the program is a framework for action in the first 1,000 days of a child's life, which is from conception to age 2. 10 early childhood institutions will benefit from the Japanese government's donation of toys, storage bins, book stands, and baby band rhythm sets.
Our coming together on this occasion is a clear indication that my government holds dear the philosophy that investing in education at the early childhood, primary, secondary, and tertiary levels is extremely vital for the overall development of a country and its people.
And finally, 57 young people who have made invaluable contributions in various areas of national life have been presented with the Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence. The awards were presented during a ceremony held on the lawns of Jamaica House on Saturday. They were selected from 200 nominees in 12 categories. Prime Minister Andrew Holness praised the young people for their exemplary work, pointing out that their success required selflessness, hard work, sacrifice, and tenacity.
It is therefore only appropriate, only fitting, that your country should single you out, not only as encouragement and recognition for your perseverance, but as an example to others that they can start where they are, use what they have, harness their talents and aptitude to create something far-reaching and deeply impactful.
A total of 224 individuals have received the Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence since the program was introduced in 1998. The awards form part of Youth Month 2018 celebrations under the theme Level Up. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
We really want all of you to start thinking about how are you going to level up this November. And level up for us starts with self. So it's really a call to action for you to look at yourself and to see what can you do better, what more can you give, what more do you want to be. So we want all of you to use Youth Month to recommit, to do more, to do better, to go harder. But not just for self, but for communities. Because we believe that young people can change communities. But more than that, level up in your own lives so that we can level up Jamaica. Level, level, level up.
Developments in science and technology are fundamentally altering the way people live, connect, communicate, and transact, with profound effects on economic development.
See how Dr. Lawrence Williams, an outstanding Jamaican and a 2018 nominee in the National Medal for Science and Technology and Innovation Awards, is making his mark in the sector.
Research scientists, the answer to the equation of product development. Vital to our everyday lives, they leave their mark in various fields, be it medicine, food, pesticides, or cosmetics. Meet Dr. Lawrence Williams, a scientist who has devoted his life to research, a Jamaican who serves as an example of the scientific brain the island has to offer.
When I finished my Bachelor of Science degree at the University of the West Indies, I decided to do natural product pesticide research with Professor Ajay Mansingh. And from there, it got deeper and deeper. I then developed a liking for pesticide research and medicinal drug development. And that's where now I'm getting most of the success in my research.
Accredited to his many research successes is the International Patent Award he received for a compound isolated from the guinea hen weed. This plant is widely grown in Jamaica and other parts of the Caribbean, as well as areas of Central and South America and Africa. The protein compound dibenzyl trisulfide, found in the guinea hen weed, has the potential to cure cancer, one of the leading causes of deaths globally.
DTS, as I call it, is a very unique anti-cancer molecule in that it not only goes for one type of cancer cell, it goes for at least 12 types of cancer cell in the joint research programs that are going on the trisulfide.
Among these cancers are those of the brain, bladder, breast, skin, fibrous and small cell lung cancer. Dr. Williams' research took him to Germany, where he partnered with other professors. They have so far linked the anti-cancer action of dibenzyl trisulfide to the molecule's ability to disrupt the cytoskeleton framework of two types of cells, actin and microtubules. Basically, normal cells in a cancer-free body do not divide, but when cancer is present, the microtubule cells divide rapidly. This research suggests that the anti-cancer compound in the guinea hen weed can fight that process and eventually kill the cancerous cells. The success of this research could mean a replacement of many cancer drugs that have toxic side effects. So what's next?
We have done a lot of what they call test tube research. Now, our next step would be clinical trials. And then we hope that we would have a compound on the market to treat cancer.
Dr. Williams' research could change the face of medicine, and the scientific breakthrough would mean good news for Jamaica, given its ability to contribute to health and foreign exchange earnings.
Can you imagine getting the cure for cancer In the United States of America, the treatment for breast cancer alone value over $40 billion US. And if this is a cure for cancer, you can imagine all of that money coming to Jamaica. That's super.
The guinea hen weed is widely used in tropical, herbal and veterinary medicine and also as a fungicide and pesticide. The Scientific Research Council, SRC, one of the island's chief supporters of scientific research and development, is also looking at other Jamaican plants for the antioxidant property, which is recognized as an agent for treating degenerative diseases.
So research is very crucial for the development of Jamaica as it relates to its plants and other natural products. Marine environment is another broad area of research. And I don't think that the university is putting enough into marine research. I think we should have maybe 4 or 5 researchers in marine science.
For his part, Dr. Williams is also researching treatment options for cattle ticks, the development of pesticides, and screening Jamaican plants for ACE inhibitory activity, a compound used to normalize high blood pressure. He has received several awards from the Biographical Institute in the United States and the United Kingdom, and got the first Young Scientist Award in Jamaica, the Caribbean Academia of Science Award, and the Silver Musgrave Awards for Scientific Research. A mentor to young scientists, Dr. Williams strongly believes that acquiring their PhD and doing postdoctorate research will build confidence in their ability to carry out more advanced research.
When you're well trained as a scientist, you can have a broad command of various fields.
So with new technology and discoveries emerging every day, this will lead to exciting opportunities for research scientists.
The National Medal for Science and Technology and Innovation Awards was held November 21, and the JIS congratulates the winner, another outstanding Jamaican, Joy Spence, the first woman to hold the position of Master Blender in the spirits industry.
Welcome to the Joy Spence after this home experience.
It's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
It is.
I'd like to just take the opportunity to welcome you to this particular discussion. And I know it's over 25 years since you've been in the business, but we want to go back as far as we possibly can to early days. Where did you grow up and what was life like for you? What were your dreams and aspirations?
Well, I grew up in Kingston, although I was born in Manchester, but we moved to Kingston at about age 2. And I attended micro-practicing primary. Then I went to Holy Childhood High School, and that's where I fell in love with chemistry because of my chemistry teacher.
Right.
So I decided that I wanted to become the best chemist there is in the world. And so I pursued a degree in chemistry at the University of the West Indies, where I graduated with a BSc in first class honors. At that point, I thought I probably would be in a research laboratory.
Yes.
But I actually went back to my alma mater and did a stint of teaching in chemistry for the upper school. Then I lectured at the College of Arts, Science and Technology.
No, you take.
No, you take.
Yes.
And decided that I wanted to get some manufacturing experience. So I joined Tia Maria as a research chemist. Then I became very bored because it was a one-product operation.
Yes.
And Gira Nevis right next door to Tia Maria. So in my hours of boredom, I'd look across the fence and I would see tankers rolling in, people looking very busy. And I said, oh, that's a very interesting place to work.
Right.
So I sent in my resume and they invited me over for an interview. They interviewed me and said, well, actually, we do not have a position available, but we were so impressed with your resume. So I left and I said, okay, nothing tried, nothing done.
Nothing done, indeed. Now, this was 1981.
1981.
Good, yes.
So 2 weeks later, they called me and said, we created a position for you, the position of chief chemist. And this is when I fell in love with rum, because I never drank rum before that time. And so I started to work with the previous master blender and became so fascinated with the whole art of blending and sensory analysis. And this is what led me to where I am today.
How were you able to navigate your way through this particular industry that is considered a male-dominated profession?
Well, first of all, I understudied the previous master blender for 17 years.
Yes.
So everyone in the industry knew that I was understudying him. So when he retired, I was appointed master blender. And it was at that point in time when we did our research that we realized that there was no other female in the entire world that was a master blender.
Right.
And I said to myself, I never thought that I would, you know, have accomplished anything as great as this, being the first woman to actually shatter the glass ceiling for other women.
Right. How did that make you feel after being appointed the first female master blender?
You know, I didn't believe it at first, you know. I said, I wonder if they had the research right, you know, because I was never ever looking at that when I was working with the previous master blender and understanding him. I just wanted to become the best blender there is.
Right.
And it was very proud to be a Jamaican woman having achieved this.
And so a rare 25-year-old rum, aptly named after you, Joy. Tell us about that and what went into that and how did you feel about having a beverage being named after you?
I selected my favorite 25-year-old pot still rum. So it became the heart and soul of the blend because it had this amazing orange peel, nutmeg and ginger notes. And I combined it with other rums to create this magnificent blend. So overall, this rum now has the amazing orange peel top note intertwined with ginger, nutmeg and spice, finishing with warm vanilla, coffee and coconuts with this amazing brown sugar finish. Just absolutely delicious.
But how does it feel to be described as a visionary craftswoman extraordinaire?
It's a humbling feeling, it's a proud feeling, and importantly, I like to, you know, encourage young women who are looking at a profession to think outside the box and to look at how you can apply chemistry in very interesting fields such as the one that I am in.
I know that the words that you've given will no doubt empower so many lives in a profound way. So thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
It's all around us. It influences how we work, learn, live, play, and plan for the future. GIS is the short form of Geographic Information System. It's a computer-based system built to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and display all kinds of spatial or geographical data.
In geography class in high school, persons were taught that in geography, we're able to locate where features are using coordinates. That's the basis of GIS. Knowing where these features are on the Earth's surface and being able to represent that within a computer-based environment where that is seen visually.
So it's a support tool that we use to provide additional extension to any business process.
And with this GIS technology, the government has been mapping Jamaica's course on the Information Highway. Leading that charge is the Land Information Council of Jamaica, LICJ, a mandate held since 1992.
Jamaica is considered the leading country within the English-speaking Caribbean with regards to GIS. We're able to provide direction, policy development.
In addition to coordinating the implementation of a National Land Information Policy Strategy, the LICJ has also been instrumental in developing a national GIS network. And with the foundation set, the Council is now focused on establishing and implementing a National Spatial Data Infrastructure, NSDI. Through that infrastructure, government will be able to capture, manage, maintain, integrate, discover, and distribute spatial data at all levels of society. The LICJ's mandate is executed through its Secretariat, the National Spatial Data Management Division, NSDMD.
We provide a lot of technical support to all of these various government agencies that actively use GIS to carry out their mandate. We train these persons. Apart from that, we facilitate conducting GIS needs assessments.
Government is currently the largest user of geospatial and related technologies, and that usage runs throughout government. It's seen in the water sector, transport, disaster management, environment management, national security, education, health, and agriculture. But no other area has seen the proliferation of GIS technology than that of land use and development. At the Urban Development Corporation, GIS is used to streamline operations in various departments, including estate management, business development, architecture, and corporate security.
We're on the road now to our 50th anniversary, and we see GIS as being that enabling tool to provide UDC now with not just the way to make better decisions in development, but also improving UDC's image as a modern entity.
The same is true for the National Land Agency's land titling, land valuation, surveys and mapping, and estate management divisions.
A lot of the business processes that exist within the different divisions have GIS tied into it. So for example, there is no way that somebody can, at present, acquire a new certificate of titling without some work happening on the GIS end.
The National Works Agency also uses GIS in project planning, land acquisition, and location analysis.
Everything that we do has a spatial component to it, and it's hard to deny that GIS is going to play a role in all of that.
Cost savings, greater efficiency, faster decision making, improved communication and better record keeping are all derived from the use of GIS. And the private sector also has been getting in on the technology. Increasing GIS nationwide is also a focus for the LICJ and the NSDMD. To facilitate this, the government has signed an enterprise license agreement with the Environmental Research Institute. That agreement has been a game changer.
It has allowed us to be more efficient, in terms of accessing the data and using it to provide more information and to engage also with the public as well.
What it does is open up a whole new world. So there are almost no limits to what we can do with GIS and improving the way we handle our spatial data as a government.
Public awareness has also been heightened with the GIS Day during Geography Awareness in November. That observation has been staged annually since 2003. In 2017, with the LICJ celebrating 25 years groundbreaking work, there will be a two-day GIS user conference in October. The conference will focus on national security for sustainable development under the theme Geospatial Technologies, Mapping Our Way to Secure Communities. As we strive to learn more about each other and the world around us, there is no doubt that GIS is the most practical and beneficial tool in this process. As Jack Dangamond, co-founder of the Environmental Systems Research Institute, said, GIS is waking up the world to the power of geography, the science of integration, and has the framework for creating a better future. We invite you to learn more about the GIS User Conference by visiting the webpage at gisuserconferenceja.com. And that's all we have for you on this station today, but the information flows 24/7 at the jis.gov.jm or on our YouTube channel. We invite you to join us on social media, where we maintain a strong presence on all the major platforms. There's also our trusted mobile apps that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Having a corporate event, seminar, awards show, conference, product launch, workshop or expo? Business Access TV is here to showcase your event. Contact our sales department at 908-0919, 906-6357 or 908-2775 for more information. Business Access TV, serious about business.
I am Shani Jaja and you're watching Business Access.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Chill Spot. On this episode, we'll be talking to Kamal Banki, a man who wears many hats. He'll be talking to us about his life as a DJ, a promoter, and a PR consultant as we hang out right here at the beautiful Sandals Ochi Beach Resort. So don't go anywhere. Chill Spot begins right now. Hi Kamal. How are you?
Hi Candy, I'm great.
So you've taken us here to Sandals Grand Ocho Rios, which I'm very excited about, but tell us why this is your chill spot.
Well, so I live in Kingston, which is, in my opinion, the cultural mecca of Jamaica.
Right, absolutely.
But sometimes you want to escape a little bit and come and chill somewhere outside of town. 45 minutes with the new highway. Yes. Ocho Rios is a perfect spot to chill, and this is the #1 spot to chill in Ocho Rios.
Well, I haven't seen very much of it, but from what I have seen and experienced just in the first 5 minutes, I'm very excited about that.
Well, take it from me. I'm here all the time, and believe me, there's the world to do here. Great food, activities, lots of fun.
So that being said, what exactly are we going to be doing today?
Well, a little of this, a little of that. I mean, we're going to have some lunch, of course. We're going to taste some cocktails at the bar. We're going to do some sports. I'm a big sports fan.
I would imagine that Sandals has a lot of food options and places for us to eat. Where exactly are we going to be eating here? Which is your spot?
In true Jamaican style. And this is actually the best kept secret of Sandals. Oh, they brought a drink for you.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you so
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, delicious. Like I said, all in the first 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
All in the first 5 minutes.
The best kept secrets of Sandals. They have some of the most delicious jerk in the entire country.
Are you sure?
I will tell you this. The people that know me best know that I'm a real foodie. I cook, I own a restaurant, I eat like copious amounts of food. I know food. And I can tell you, the jerk hut here, it's giving Scotches a run for its money. I'm gonna let you decide.
You're making me
better.
salivate, okay? So.
It's probably better.
All right, so what are we going to be doing first?
So the first thing is that I'm going to show you the property. This property is actually really cool. It has two sides. So you have the beach side and the manor side, and you have excellent food and drink options on both sides. But we're going to check the bar up here. It's lovely.
Perfect. I'm ready to get started. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, I thought you meant the first move for all of them.
Coming up.
From what we've done, conservative estimates are somewhere about $1.5 billion Jamaican pumped into the economy because of the Dream Weekend effect.
Welcome to the Business Year. The Business Year is a global media group specializing in economic news and business intelligence. We bring our readers first-hand insights from over 35 countries. Each of our country-centered publications features over 150 face-to-face interviews with local leaders in business and policy. We are the Business Year.
There's only one recommendation for funding that is ever going to come from me, and that is funding from a bank.
This is the cost to build, and it includes every nail and screw for the building.
Our motto is building communities, building a nation.
Get in the know with the world of real estate with Business Access TV's Home Sweet Home, Sundays at 4:30 p.m.
The Good Life, your trusted source for useful health and wellness information, lifestyle tips for the mind, body, and soul. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
So, a man who wears many hats. You are a DJ, you are a promoter, and you are part owner of a restaurant, Ruby's. Let's start with the promoter side and the business of entertainment. How did you get involved with Dream Entertainment?
So, Dream Entertainment is, in my opinion, one of the most dynamic and, leading entertainment companies actually in Jamaica. Dream Entertainment started from the Dream Team, which is a group of promoters who basically do a lot of the signature events across Jamaica. and we decided that we're going to unite and join forces to bring some of the events that we all were doing in Negril under one banner. So I was doing an event called Wet and Wild with my partners down there on ATI. Some other people were doing some of the ATI parties, some people were doing RTI parties, and we joined forces along with the Smirnoff exclusive team and brought you the best events on one armband. So that's how Dream Weekend was born. Dream Weekend has had a significant impact not only on the entertainment industry, but generally on the Negril resort town. Obviously the concept of what Dream is was started by ATI. So they were the originators of that whole party weekend concept.
That whole idea, yes.
In Negril. And if there was no ATI, there would be no Dream Weekend. But we think that we've refined it and made it a bit more workable and marketable internationally. So right now we get about 20,000 people to Negril for that weekend.
Wow, 20,000.
Yeah. About 20,000. And based on the latest surveys that the JTB has done, about 51–52% of those are actually tourists.
International, right?
Yeah, not Jamaicans who come home for summer. People who live and work abroad. Mainly from the eastern seaboard of the United States, including Toronto, the United Kingdom, and basically we have representation from all continents. From what we've done, conservative estimates are somewhere about $1.5 billion Jamaican pumped into the economy because of the Dream Weekend effect.
Would you say having that significant impact on the economy is your greatest accomplishment where Dream is concerned?
Impact on the economy in terms of direct spend is, I think, #1, and a close second is direct employment. Between, security, bartenders, lifeguards, safety people.
You guys have a lot of employees for that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we bring down in excess of 300 people to the town. That's our staff for the weekend. And then you have contracted employees and, people that are coming in like DJs and stuff like that.
What would you say is unique about the Dream experience?
If you understand how Negril is laid out geographically, it's a 7-mile strip on the beach with hotels, party venues, restaurants, bars, all the way up. Now, there's nowhere else in Jamaica that you have that. Very few places in the world actually have that logistic, benefit, and you're able to keep events there. So while there are actually bigger venues in Jamaica, single event venues, the whole logistics of people staying where they're partying on one strip, and then we're actually able to use shuttle buses up and down the strip so people don't have to drive anywhere. That's unique, and they can hop from restaurant to bar to party to their hotel to somebody else's hotel. Basically for 6 days. That is, in my opinion, one of the greatest experiences ever.
Very convenient, I should say. And what can patrons expect from this year's staging?
Well, so we have, in my opinion, the most high energy event anywhere in the world, which is Extreme Wet and Wild. The energy that you get at Extreme Wet and Wild is unparalleled. There's nowhere else that's doing something like that. We have a concert. We have great artists, great DJs playing on every event. Our sponsors for this year, Appleton Special, they're back on board. They're actually owning some of the events. So you're gonna see, a different presentation of the look and feel of some of these events, the bars, what we serve there. It's a higher level.
What would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions about being a party promoter or being in this industry?
That it's fun.
Yeah. So it's not?
It's a lot of hard work. I work so that you have fun. Right. So basically, when people are enjoying themselves and whatever, I'm kind of a lot of the times in the background, making sure everything is
right. But it really does seem so glamorous from the outside. I really imagine that as a party promoter, you guys would have a lot of fun doing it.
I feed off the energy, so I enjoy seeing people have fun. I myself am worrying about 10 million things while it's happening.
Right.
So I don't necessarily get to enjoy it, but
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, seeing people enjoy themselves is one of the reasons why I do this.
All right, so let's take off the dream hat now.
Okay.
All right, and let's put on the Ribbies hat.
Cool.
Okay, and tell us how that started.
So, a young man named Garth Walker, who is a good friend of mine and also part of the Dream Team, decided to have this Wealth Grillers team entered in the Jamaican All-Island Grill-Off. Being a foodie myself, you know, I was always, you know, passionate about food and cooking and grilling and whatever. Ribby Chung, who is a person who started Asylum and Cactus and Quad and those places, he was known at times to go behind the grill and, you know, grill up some stuff himself. And of course, Don Creary, who is a self-proclaimed master chef, right? We were invited by Garth, who cannot cook, to be the actual chefs on the team while Garth served the food. So we went and we entered this All-Island Grill-Off and we started cooking together. The first year we entered, we actually came second overall, but won in a few categories. And then the second year we won overall. And yeah, thank you. And then the whole process of bonding and coming together, we had this rapport and whatever in terms of, you know, partnership. Garth, being not at all skillful in the kitchen or food and beverage, he is a media man, he's an events man. But the rest of us who are loosely involved in entertainment and promotions and, you know, being a promoter myself, food and beverage, intrinsically, we said, hey, you know, let's have a little bar, let's do a little bar. And an opportunity came our way to take over the Acropolis Arena. And, you know, we kind of said to ourselves, well, you know, it's a nice little chill spot. You know, we can have, you know, a few drinks after work, invite some of our friends over. And, you know, we started July 1st, 2013. And basically, it's blossomed into one of the most amazing entertainment night spots in Jamaica.
And do you have any other professional pursuits right now?
Yes, I'm a PR consultant. I do corporate PR consultancy and strategy. I've been doing that for maybe about 10 plus years with some big corporate clients.
Right. And I think I was told that you're also a DJ.
It's always been a serious hobby of mine. I was DJing on and off from high school. You know, every high school kid wants to get involved, have a little sound, whatever. And then when I went off to college in America, we kind of disbanded. And then I turned, you know, a promoter. And then now, you know, back in the saddle in entertainment, I was like, yo, let me try and do this again, because I really like it. And then I kind of took it a little bit more serious. And yeah, I'm a professional DJ now. I play all over the world. And,
oh, wow. Well, yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And as it relates to those fields, what have your accomplishments been so far? I know you said you DJ all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, what has been really, really a great honor was, you know, I've been named a couple of times over the years to entertainment advisory boards for the government.
Okay.
So.
And you currently do that?
Well, I'd start back in 2008. I was named as a director of the Jamaica Information Service of the advisory board. And I was deputy chairman of the Agricultural Investment Corporation, AIC, through the Ministry of Agriculture. Then I was named to the Entertainment Advisory Board in, I believe, 2012, and named chairman of the Jamrock Summer Working Group, which is an entertainment tourism project.
Well, you know you're doing something right, eh?
No, back on the Entertainment Advisory Board, I'm the entertainment person on the Tourism Linkages Council, chairman of the Entertainment Network in the Ministry of Tourism.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I was getting confused just listening to the list.
As I say,
exciting,
it's
though.
an honor.
Absolutely.
To be, I mean, you know, you dedicate your life to an industry And I guess that's the best way that people can say, okay, yeah, you're actually, you know, one of the leaders in the industry, so I'm honored.
How would you want to be remembered in this industry?
Every single thing that I try and put my mind to, everything that I'm involved in, I want to change it slightly, put my spin on it, and be innovative, and I guess be remembered for being an innovative person and somebody that changed the industry.
All right, Mr. Banky, well, what's next on our agenda for today?
So our tour continues, Candy. After having a refreshing drink, we're actually going to go now and play some sports.
Oh, God.
We'll see how fit and ready you are for summer.
Definitely going to embarrass me, but let's go.
Coming up.
Stay current and gain more information on the ever-evolving industry of real estate on Home Sweet Home, Sundays at 4:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Cameo brings the creative industries to life, highlighting creatives in different fields each week. Art.
My life surrounds art. I breathe, I eat art.
Fashion. Food.
Without a customer, we're nothing but four walls.
Music. Film. Cameo, only on Business Access TV.
We are back with another exciting, innovative and inspiring season.
It takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness, being consistent and persistent in whatever you're doing. That's the bottom line.
Business exists to add value to people's lives. And if we're not doing that, might as well we lock down the store and just call it a day.
It's a season 3 of Creating Wealth, Mondays at 8 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Way off the mark. Are you warm now?
I'm ready. Let's go right now.
All right. Oh! Finally. But so far, so good with this resort. I'm very excited, though, about this food that's about to come.
Listen.
Very excited.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. You know, I said earlier, it's giving Scotches a run for its money. Arguably better.
What?
Yeah. It's not Portland authentic jerk,
Right.
but it's the closest thing. I mean, it's really
Well, I'm
good.
very excited to experience it.
And I mean, at a resort, at a hotel,
Yeah. Unheard of.
hats off to Sandals.
All right, Kamal, so I want to get into your childhood.
My childhood.
Yes. So let's talk about how you were raised, where you were raised, where you grew up. Do you have any siblings?
Before I was 10, I lived in Cayman Islands, Bahamas, United States, and Jamaica. Came to Jamaica when I was 6. And first school I went to, actually, most people don't know this, was Monique All Age in St. Anne. That was the first school I went to. Then I moved to Peter and Paul, undoubtedly the best prep school in the universe.
After Mono. Okay, sure.
We're not going to argue on camera, but we know the truth.
I think you know the
Fair
truth in your heart, so let's proceed.
Fair enough. And then I went to Campion for high school. that was my early.
Sorry to cut you, but the best school in Jamaica is a girls' school, so I don't expect you to have attended that one. But again, you may continue.
You mean Andrews?
Yes.
I was head boy of Andrews. Absolutely. I was a head boy of St. Andrew High. I mean, I went to Campion, but I was the honorary head boy of St. Andrew High for girls. Spent some time there. And of course, you know, being myself very interested in integration.
Right.
Yeah, secondary school integration. I was championing the movement for integration of all schools.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have one brother and one sister.
They're older or younger?
Both older.
Okay. So other than coming to Sandals to relax and take a vacation, what else do you like to do for fun?
So it's difficult for me to have fun a lot of the times when I'm, you know, hanging out in Jamaica because my business, my work is entertainment. I'm here, I'm always on. You know, I'm at Ribby's most nights, and that's work. So it's only when I actually get to like travel that I actually have fun.
Rest,
yes. Yeah, so I rest, I chill, whatever. So for me, travel is it. I'll pop up in a new country, you know, and I explore it, rent a car, drive all around, you know, and really try to see everything that a country has to offer. Go to good restaurants, bars, night spots. That's what I like to do.
Okay, and what would you say is next for Kamal Banky?
I'm going to be a lawyer. Just kidding.
I'm like, curveball.
No, I'm going to continue in entertainment, just trying to do bigger and better stuff, working on different aspects of entertainment. You know, along with my partners at Dream, we actually have some really cool stuff that we're working on right now. Hopefully we can announce it very soon.
Okay, great.
Look forward to bringing the best of entertainment to the world, and hopefully the world loves it.
Well, Kamal, thank you so much for taking us here to Sandals Grand Ocho Rios. I had a fabulous day learning to play chess, playing tennis, basketball. Oh! Yes! Woo! Woo! Everything was just perfect, so thank you so much for sharing it.
Thanks so much for coming, and we're happy to have you.
Well, I'm looking forward to relaxing for the rest of this day, so...
All good.
And that's it for this episode of Chill Spot, where we hung out with entertainment entrepreneur and so much more, Kamal Banky, right here at Sandals Ochi Beach Resort. Until next time, I'm Candy for Chill Spot. Bye. Is that a lizard on the course? If there's a lizard there, we are... No, it's a leaf. I was supposed to say, we're not going over there if there's a lizard. We are not going over there.
Hey everybody, my name is Kamal Banky, and I am an
The whole purpose of putting him here was to kill you.
Because you don't understand what to play.
Yeah, but I didn't know he could only move in an L. I thought you were just saying like one of the main features of him is he can move in an L. This is stupid. I quit. What was that? They want to know advice on being a great host. And that's really easy. Like, be named Candy King. Here, Flip.
Violence is bad. Violence against our innocent little children is terrible. Pretending not to notice when we know or suspect that a child is suffering is awful and morally wrong. In the words of the great Nelson Mandela, there can be no keener realization of a nation's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Think about that for a second. I have a voice. It's one of my gifts. I intend to use it on behalf of our children. No more violence against our children. Make your move to stop violence against our children right now. No more. No more. No more.
You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV. Serious.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Business Access TV was on location at the Boulevard Supercenter for the opening of FGB's first bank agent in Jamaica. Here are the highlights.
This is the launch, the official launch of Jamaica's first agent banking facility in the entire country. Now, we all know that Grace Kennedy has continually been a household name, and more so, First Global Bank has become a household name since its inception in 2002. Now, I'm speaking from experience because I have all of 3 accounts with First Global, you know. Yes. And let me just tell you, one of the things that drew me to First Global was the fact that they were so customer friendly. So when I heard that First Global was actually coming to the community in a big way, I was elated. Because the thing I enjoy about First Global Bank is the access. When you talk about the access, we're talking about global access for one thing, but I also enjoy your app. And I'm able to use that anywhere I am in the world at whatever time. And I have my token, so I am guaranteed security as well. And then taking First Global to the community inside Boulevard, making it accessible to all the surrounding communities. This all-in-one, GK1, you are all-in-one financial connection with agent banking, making banking accessible to everyone around this community and within this community. This is a big deal. So we're going to invite all our members, including our chairman. Chairman, you can step forward first, sir. Lead the pack. Of course, Senator Don Webley following. The Honorable Nigel Clark, yes, of course, and our members are lovely females, yes. Senator Don Webby also is giving some support there, of course. That's a really big sisters though, mercy. We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and we are officially open. We're going to be inviting Mr. Brissett and Tanya Brissett to lead us inside the establishment. I hear that you guys have one coming in my parish, Clarendon. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I know that because of the convenience of everything, the overhead costing is not so much. And so some of the services are actually free of cost, right?
All the services are free of cost.
All the services are free of cost.
Right.
So they're able to come and make their deposits and their withdrawals and the inquiries and such free of cost.
Sure.
Amazing. All right, so at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be inviting Mariam McIntosh Robinson. I know this lady has much to say this morning.
We are proud to be a part of the Grace Kennedy Group, and we'll be expanding across Jamaica
via our Grace Kennedy proprietary network, partnering with remittance business owners, Grace Kennedy Money Services, High-Low, etc. While FGB now has 12 locations, with one more opening this morning and another one to open on Friday in May Pen, our sister company, Grace Kennedy Money Services, has over 100 locations. So you can immediately see that this is a true growth opportunity for us as we expand nationally. This morning, though, we are pleased to partner with State Farm Services Limited to offer convenient, in-person banking to the community. So what can you do at an agent bank? Well, you can do most of the transactions that you would do at a traditional branch, namely withdrawals, deposits, payments to come soon, and you can check your balances. Our locations will open most days, including Saturdays, and we'll have extended hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. because we believe that we must continue as we expand to offer convenient banking. At our agent locations, which are banks in the various communities, we charge no fees. Let me share this again. At our agent locations, we charge no fees. And we plan to expand using this model, expecting to open up to 30 locations by the end of next year, and we're going to push to get 6 to 9 more out before the end of this year, depending on the pace of our regulator approval for each location. We also plan to introduce products, banking products, to the community based on needs, and we've already developed and launched 2 products. On the loan side, we've launched our payday loan product, which is an unsecured facility for up to 12 months. And on the savings side, we have our partner plan, which is like a partner plan, and we are, wait for it, literally the banker. With more to come, stay tuned to this space and watch First Global MoneyLink. Now, people may ask, why do we choose to open an agent banking location when so many folks are scaling back or going online? Well, we believe you need to do both. We do encourage persons to continue to use digital and online banking, where again, there are no fees, but we think there is something to having that in-person interaction when you're doing banking, and so we're pursuing this low-cost model to still go out into the community. In addition, First Global Bank, we support the national drive for financial inclusion, and that is a strategic and coordinated efforts to bring those who are not currently enjoying formal financial services like payments, savings, credit, pensions, insurance, etc., to bring them into the formal community so that all households and businesses, regardless of income level, can have access to and effectively use the appropriate financial services they need to improve their lives. Online banking, though, as I mentioned, is great. And our mobile banking app was the first one locally, another first, and is still one of the best in the market, I'm told. However, as I mentioned, the micro setups, such as this agent location, allows for the in-person convenient banking. And ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, both options are no fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GK board and the FGB board, we're very proud of the launch this morning. We are launching the first agent banking location in Jamaica. Can I repeat it and get a round of applause, please? We are launching the first agent banking location in Jamaica. As you would have seen from our recent first campaign, being first, and Mariam reminded me, so I'm just repeating what you said, Mariam, that First Global Bank is known for being first. A lot of consumers, a lot of Jamaicans, they don't know that First Global Bank, we have only been in existence for 16 years. And I think Mariam and Peter and the FGB team, we have certainly accomplished a lot in that short space of time. When we started the agency banking strategy in 2017, we recognized of what we call, Minister, it was blue ocean territory. So we were very focused in terms of delivering products to the right people, the right products, and the right services, because we believe that Grace Kennedy is more than armed to do that. So agent banking is another innovation from the GK Group as part of our business mandate of actively participating and leading the financial inclusion drive as challenged by the government of Jamaica. Financial inclusion, as Mariam said, is about providing the right financial products and services to wider Jamaican consumers and businesses to facilitate their right to financial stability, growth, and protection. Colleagues, I want you to listen to these statistics because when you do your research and you actually look on them, it's quite alarming. Madam Debbie, do you know that 34% of the Jamaican population is unbanked? 34% is unbanked. Do you know that only 30% of Jamaicans save through a regulated financial institution? Do you know that only 11% of Jamaicans and 27% of SMEs access formal credit? And 80% of adult Jamaicans have limited access to low-cost, efficient, and user-friendly services. I make that point to say, and you said I am familiar with the gaps. That Minister, I believe that if we get agency banking right, it's a game changer in terms of growth for the Jamaican economy. And Grace Kennedy, we sincerely believe that. Our financial group, of which Grace Burnett is the CEO, I think we are perfectly placed to ensure that agency banking will be a success. Why? We have a number of well-known brands. We're talking about First Global Bank, GK Insurance, GK Money Services, Western Union, Bill Express, FX Trader, and our latest product, GK Proxim, which is microlending.
Having a corporate event, seminar, awards show, conference, product launch, workshop, or expo? Business Access TV is here to showcase your event. Contact our sales department at 908-0919, 906-6357, or 908-2775 for more information. Business Access TV, serious about business.
The Good Life, your trusted source for useful health and wellness information, lifestyle tips for the mind, body, and soul. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Let me just start by first congratulating First Global Bank on this very first agent bank in Jamaica. This is evidently a bank that is living up to its name, being first in the mobile app, now first in agent banking. But you understand how the name first, how they're living up to it. When you saw the CEO a while ago, go from 30 to 50 to 100. All right, you ever heard about 0 to 60 in 4 seconds? Well, this was like 0 to 100, right? And I have no doubt that that plays a crucial role in you living up to your name. But this is a historic occasion, one that I'm very happy to be associated with. And I can't help but notice that this is happening in the constituency that I happen to represent in Parliament. Now, they say there are no coincidences. I was elected in March. They look around and they say, pure road, them call it carpet. And now them look and them see money link. I mean, I gone clear. I mean, I am as clear. So you just continue, 30, 60, 100, full support. But the location of this bank will serve the communities of Pembroke Hall and Marvelly, Hughenden, Patrick City, Washington Gardens, Duhaney Park, and will also serve First Global customers that ordinarily would have gone to downtown or Ligonier. So agent banking was introduced in legislation under the Banking Services Act in 2014, consistent with the aim of broadening the access points of delivery for financial services. And as you know, the government of Jamaica is focused on broadening financial access, deepening financial access, and ensuring that financial inclusion is entrenched in Jamaica. It was in 2016, in December 2016, that the agent bank regulations were introduced, and First Global Bank was the first to get their foot in the door, first to apply, and the first to open, and I believe they ought to be celebrated for that. This will allow for much broader coverage and improve access for customers, and will help us to diversify the base of persons who have access. The statistics quoted by Don Webby need no repetition, but clearly there are large segments of our population that are either not banked but are underbanked. And we know intuitively and intrinsically that the base of the pyramid in any economy, in any society, is integral to the economic vibrancy of that society, and therefore including them in the economy by allowing them to have access to regulated financial services that are competitively priced and that are efficiently located will only serve to the better of Jamaica. Now, we in the government of Jamaica, we have an interest in seeing the establishment of agency banks right across Jamaica, and believe, as your CEO believes, that it will continue to play a very important role in the growth and development of Jamaica. So I actually liked the acceleration 30, 50, 100, and I'm going to borrow it from now on, and I want to encourage you to go for it because that is definitely aligned with Jamaica's interests. Agent banking is also a win-win for many parties involved. I mean, in this case, you're actually housed in a Grace Kennedy facility, but in other cases, you may not be. And so agency banking is a win for the entity in which you are located because it brings more customers through the door, it diversifies their product base. It's a win for the financial institution because you have access to a broader base of customers yourself, and because you provide efficient services for your existing customers. And it is a win for the customer as they have access to services at their fingertips, and clearly a win for the economy. So I see this as a multiple win process for all parties involved. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these few remarks, let me once again congratulate First Global Bank on establishing Jamaica's very first agent bank. And I want to take the opportunity to assure the entire financial sector of the government's determination to continue to support market development that can be the foundation for growth and development. And we'll continue to ensure that the financial sector operates efficiently, operates effectively, and is supported by a robust and responsive regulatory framework.
You are the first, a very historic opening, very historic launch, the first agent banking facility in the entire country, you know, Patrick. Big deal business, right? How are you feeling this morning? I know that you must have some remarks, you must have some words. Please share how you're feeling with us.
Extremely well. First of all, I'd like to thank the Grace Kennedy Group for affording State Farm Services the opportunity to be in your annals. Later on, I am sure you'll recognize that State Farm Services is here to build the Grace Kennedy products. This is how we feel. I'd like to say thank you to the staff of Boulevard Service Center. If they were not giving service, I don't think Grace Kennedy would have chosen us. I'd like to say to you all, thanks again. Thanks.
right. Hopefully everybody's hands can be there. If not, we could just reach forward. There we go. And we'll cut the cake after 3. 1, 2, 3. Round of applause. Amazing. Congratulations to the entire team. Well done. We have our first agent banking facility.
We are back with another exciting, innovative, and inspiring season.
It takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness, being consistent and persistent in whatever you're doing. That's the bottom line.
Business exists to add value to people's lives. And if we're not doing that, might as well lock down the store and just call it a day.
It's a season 3 of Creating Wealth, Mondays at 8 p.m. on Business Access TV.
We are serious about the business of real estate, so catch Home Sweet Home Sundays at 4:30 p.m. or if you missed it, check our website at batvja.com.
Just share with us your sentiments about today.
I think this is a historic occasion, not only for Grace Kennedy and for First Global Bank, but for Jamaica. This is the first agency bank to be operational in Jamaica. The regulations for agency banks came in December 2016 and are consistent with the focus of the governments of Jamaica on broadening financial access and deepening financial inclusion. And we hope to see many more of these agency banks across Jamaica bring in financial services within the reach of tens or hundreds of thousands more Jamaicans.
How important is it in bringing Jamaicans into our regulated banking network?
No, it is crucially important. When Jamaicans have access to banking products, it means that they can be more efficient in their own transactions, and it can allow them to pursue their own sort of economic goals and pursue their own dreams. And the more persons who have access to this means that the society is better off. The more formal saving that we have, the more that money is kept within financial institutions as opposed to kept in other forms, the stronger the economy of Jamaica will be. And there's a benefit for the customer as well. Their money will be safer, and not only safer, but they will have access to a range of services that they wouldn't otherwise have access to.
So we know that there are limitations to agent banking, as in depositing $50,000 and withdrawing $50,000. Are there any plans to further develop on that?
Yeah, so agency banking comes with less restrictions than normal banking. And in return for that, there are certain things about it that might be different from normal banking. And one of the things that's different is the amount that you can lodge or withdraw in any one transaction. When the regulations were passed in December 2016, there was an agreement that they would be reviewed on a periodic basis, and I believe the time for review might be soon. So we'll see how some of those limits can change over time.
So congratulations again on opening the first agent bank. How does it benefit the country and Grace Kennedy's strategy of financial inclusion?
Yeah, well, so as I said in my presentation, based on all the studies that I've seen, anywhere between 30 and 40% of Jamaicans are unbanked. So basically what agency banking does, it opens a platform to be inclusive of all Jamaicans so they can now work in terms of their financial planning and financial transactions in a regulated environment. As someone said, when you're building a pyramid, the foundation is the most important. And we believe that that 30%, 34% that I spoke about is the foundation of the Jamaican economy. By the end of 2019, we want to have 30 locations in place. And I have set my team a very aggressive goal. Well, I tell you something, and it's going to be very simple, and you're going to hear me saying it over and over, but this is the first media house that I'll say it. So in 2022, Grace Kennedy is going to be 100 years old. We were born on February 14, 1922. And I've said to my team, by 2022, for our 100th anniversary, I want 100 locations. So the timeline is very clear.
Talk to us about some of the products and services offered by agent banking services.
Oh, thanks for having me. For
this historic moment, we have introduced 2 products to our customers. One is our partner plan, which everyone is familiar with. And of course, we have a payday loan specially designed for these agent locations that we are launching. We find that customers are very familiar with these 2 names, and of course, we have designed creatively 2 products that will nicely serve them. The agent banking location is a unique opportunity for First Global Bank to expand its network. We are using and launching today at Boulevard Supercenter, our first agent location, and we are pleased to facilitate our customers with their regular deposits and withdrawals, and based on the demonstration earlier today, it works. The great thing about it is that our customers can, instead of incurring the cost of traveling to other locations, particularly those in this community and the other communities that we'll be pushing into, are able to just, walk up to the location, execute their transaction, and, they're good to go.
So congratulations again on opening your first agent banking. I know that financial inclusion is a big thing for FGB. Talk to us about your strategies for that.
Okay. So first of all, we believe in financial inclusion, and we're glad that and very supportive of the national financial inclusion strategy that the government has set. So the way we think about financial inclusion is allowing persons of all walks of life, so both persons and businesses, regardless of income level, to have access to the formal financial system. And what does that mean? Informal financial products such as payments, savings, credit, pension, insurance, everyone should have access to that. And so what we've done is we've created a set of offerings to allow persons to come into the network so that they can use these products to improve their lives. And our platform offering is what we call agency banking. So this is where we go into the communities where customers are or consumers are, and we partner with businesses already in the communities that will offer banking services on our behalf. So that's what we call like third-party banking, and that is what's known as agent banking. And so it's exciting because you can expand in this way in a low-cost kind of fashion, but people still value that in-person interaction. There's still value in breaking down and demystifying how to engage with the financial system. And what's nice about these agent locations is that there are little to no fees. So just like going online and doing online banking, which we at First Global Bank encourage as well, we also value the convenient in-person banking, and so we're using this model to expand nationally. So we're going to have 30 agents by the end of next year. I'm told that there's some number of 100 hovering out there somewhere over the next 4 years. But we really see this as a way to expand into the communities across Jamaica and get so many of the under and unbanked persons to come into our system, to demystify the system, and to do it at low cost because there are no fees.
So I know that right about now it's 9 that you're working on. So are there places or specific places that you're really targeting right about now?
Yeah, man. So this is our first location, Boulevard Supercenter with State Farm Services Limited. Interestingly enough, we're opening Maypen later this week on Friday, but that's going to be a mini branch. And at the mini branches, you can actually open accounts. At agent locations, you don't open the account on site. We'll collect the paperwork, but we'll go back to a branch as part of our hub and spoke model to open the account. Once you have an account with us, and then you can use the agents to transact. But we're looking at St. Thomas, so we have Morant Bay coming up. We're looking downtown, King Street. We're looking in the St. Anne parish. We're doing another in St. Mary. So we're actually going into every parish in Jamaica and expecting to go further into the parish over the course of this year and into next year, across the parishes, I should say. But again, all these agencies that are spread out across Jamaica, you could almost think of them as ATMs, right? Sort of an ATM. But they're all tied back to what the traditional branches that exist for First Global Bank. What we like about these agent locations is that you can do withdrawals, you can do deposits, you can make payments on credit cards and loans, and that's to come for us, and you can check your balances. So it's a great way to do business that you would have already been doing, like remittance, collecting your remittance, or if you're in high-low, you're doing supermarket shopping, or anyone, really can partner with anyone. We're focused on our Grace Kennedy proprietary network because it's so powerful and so extensive. But we actually like the fact that you could be coming to do something else, and then, oh, by the way, you do a little banking on the side. Because we know that when people go to do banking, we know that unlike buying a shoe or going to the hairdresser, when you finish that shopping experience, you feel good. We know banking, it's a little harder to feel great at the end. So we want to make it as convenient and as clear for persons engaging with us.
That's it from us here. Until next time, thanks for tuning in to Business Access TV, serious about business.
Violence is bad. Violence against our innocent little children is terrible. Pretending not to notice when we know or suspect that a child is suffering is awful and morally wrong. In the words of the great Nelson Mandela, there can be no keener realization of a nation's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Think about that for a second. I have a voice. It's one of my gifts. I intend to use it on behalf of our children. No more violence against our children. Make your move to stop violence against our children right now. No more. No more. No more.
Hi, I'm Winston Butler, producer of Tropical Wines, the brand The Butlers. What took me into this is a situation where you're not working. And that experience wasn't a nice one. I moved around for quite a while thinking, where am I going to find a job? I thought about going abroad. But I keep thinking, you know, get a job, what they're gonna pay me is not gonna be enough. So I thought I had an idea how to do wines, but I couldn't come up with what really used to make wines. And I was traveling to Craftsville in Clarendon one day, and I was really meditating, going along. And when I reach up to leaving Yorktown and get up to Mountain Hill, I hear clearly a voice said to me, use sorrel. It was the first time, because I heard people talk about hearing voices and, you know, hear people, God speaking to them. And I begin to drive a little faster because I was actually going to a friend of mine who I used to get sorrel from, and I used to market for it. And when the voice said, use sorrel, I get so excited. And I went up and I told him, and I said, listen, I'm going to start using this to make wine. So I wanted to start planting. And he did. He actually started planting. And I took a good portion from him and started the wine. But when I started and having the first batch of wine come out, I went on the road and people was like, they don't really appreciate wine from sorrel because most people used to sorrel drink. So when they tasted it, they say, you know, it's not sorrel. I say, it is, but it's now transformed into wine. And wine is different from sorrel drink, really. So that's where it actually began. The business started in 2010. I started, you know, making wines, and what I would do, I would go around with samples and get feedback. I wouldn't tell the people who do it, but I would give it to them and they would taste it and they say, oh man, it tastes good, you know? And then when, you know, they'd say all the nice things, you know, I said, I made it. And I remember this gentleman, he's now deceased, it's a Haflick, he lives in Maran Bay. And he said to me one day, he came to the house and he tasted some. And, you know, he mentioned this fancy name with some wine overseas. And I said, man, where you get it, you know? How did you get this? And I waited for a moment and I said to him, I made it. And he looked at me and said, run with it. At that time, I had no intention in going into business. And I thought about what he said, you know, because this is a man who knows good stuff. And if he said, run with it, I need to run with it, you know? So I still go around doing sampling and so on. So the first thing that I did, I took a portion to the Bureau Standard because, of course, all the stuff that I do, I go through them. So I took that portion there, have it tested and everything, you know, go through the ropes and it was ready for the road. That was when I went on the road and started trying to sell some. There's a number of different wines that I do, and some of them, you know, this year, some is not here, some is actually in the process of coming into the fleet sooner or later. There is sorrel, there's Ribena, there's June plum, there's apple, there's moringa, there's Guinean weed, there's hemp wine. But there's quite a number of them that I'm actually doing. I also have Sirossi, and but that is not actually in the fleet yet. Hopefully it will be coming out this year. Currently this stuff is at a number of outlets because I actually do selected outlets based on the quality wines that I produce. The stuff is at Fontana Island-wide. The stuff is also at the moment St. Best Pharmacy. It is also at the pharmacy in Sparling. I basically catering to everybody. It's a everybody wine because this is a Jamaican product and it's good and you don't want to leave out anybody. So basically I'm targeting everybody. That's a risky one because when I mentioned, I remember I was talking to a bank manager and he said, you don't have to use your fund, you know. We can lend you money. But I do understand what it is to borrow money and what it is to pay back. And if you borrow, you must prepare to pay back. So based on my little knowledge of business, if you're going into business and you're going to go under pressure, then you probably run into trouble down the road. So I decided I'm going to take my own risk. So I use my funds, which was very risky even up to now. But I could see better days now, having used my funds. I could go to my bed and sleep because I know tomorrow nobody will be coming looking for me and so on. And so I take my time and work with what I have and grow what we see here today. Sometimes it's tough, really tough, but I just hold tight with it because having this plan forward to really, you know, present a wine to the Jamaican people, and it's a good stuff. It takes time and everything, you know, that goes with it. The funds is over a period of time because everything didn't really come at the same time. But as the situation wants certain thing that I need to, you know, go forward, I would get money like for registration because you have to, everything with the government has to, it costs some money. And all of those, you know, I have to find money to do this, to register, to do my labeling. There's so many of them that I can't just remember them just now. But yes, there was a lot of funds involved. Little funds that adds up. There's no profit at the moment. I'm still operating at a loss. But where I'm at in terms of the quality product and where I'm going, I see better days now because I have had people who are actually calling and are showing interest in what I'm actually doing. And there are people who have actually showed the interest that sometimes I feel a little swell-headed, you know? So yes, I believe that this year is going to be a better year in terms of where I'm going. So maybe next time I can tell you yes. It was a plan because when I had the idea of the wine thing, I was actually living in Kingston. We had actually purchased this place, but we didn't finish, didn't complete yet. So I had this idea that I would have to design a place to definitely accommodate what I intend to do, which I did. And I've actually started doing the wines here, all the sampling and all the stuff that I carry around. Those were done here, having come down and then I go back to Kingston and so on. So that idea was there in terms of doing it here because I know I'm coming down. There wasn't a job to look for down here, so I had to create that, so yes. As a matter of fact, it's the best place that I could ever think of because what happens is that Mandeville is cool, not totally no, but in terms of what wine requires, I'm quite comfortable with that. It doesn't happen daily. I do set, whenever I'm going to produce, like say for instance, wine takes time. So you set up a batch of wine and you have to manage it. until it actually becomes wine. It sits there for a good time until you're ready to bottle. Depending on the amount, let's say for instance I'm doing like say 30 cases, that could take me a while. You have to firstly clean up your thing, them, you know, get them sanitized and all of that. And I do filling. And then after I do filling, I have to do labeling. After labeling, I have to do sealing. And after you seal, then you have to tape up the boxes and to make sure that they're in order for the road. It's a lot of work. I start like, say, sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I finish 10, 11 o'clock. And I mean, all I do is take a break, like, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it's a straight through thing. Being an entrepreneur, currently, it fits in well with my lifestyle, really, because I do enjoy working and doing other stuff. So it's not really a problem, you know. I don't find it stressful. I don't find it prevent me from other activity. Currently, it slowed me down with some of the activities in church, but I still involved.
Ready for cable for as little as $100? Ready for no monthly cable bill? Ready for 10 TV channels absolutely free? Then pick up our Ready TV box at authorized stores for $4,500. Hook it up to your TV set, then top it up with Ready Credit for 1, 7, or 30 days. Buy now and get $1,000 free Ready Credit and start watching your favorite shows. Pick it up, hook it up, top it up. Ready TV. Prepaid cable TV when you're ready. Now serving Kingston and St. Catherine. Limited time offer while stocks last. Conditions apply.
It's the only show that traces the steps of professionals.
From first and second form, I was involved in some club, some activity.
Then gives information on exactly how to get into that same career.
You do need a good grasp of English.
And know you can branch out into whatever area you want to.
Tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Career Moves and catch up on all our episodes at batvja.com.
The Good Life, your trusted source for useful health and wellness information, lifestyle tips for the mind, body, and soul. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Butler's wine is different, and the reason why it is different, I believe that this is the first time in Jamaica that a company has been established that is doing wine that is made from herbs and fruit. And all of these herbs and fruits have excellent health benefit. So it is different because of the health benefit. And there are medical people who have, you know, made comments on that in terms of the wines that I do and, you know, the different type. At one, I remember there's this doctor lady who asked me one day, how comes that I get the Guinean weed wine so precise? Because it smells like Guinean weed but tastes like wine. And there's excellent benefit there, you know. I've had people calling me and they're saying, you know, I drank the wine and I see this, you know. As a matter of fact, I'm learning from them what the wine is actually doing to them. Some of them, when they call and they mention what this wine has done, I actually go online and I look it up to see if they're really saying the truth. And yeah, they do, it does. So it is different because of what it has to offer. Because what I do comes from God, it's not a problem. He just sends them to me. And he sends to me ideas. Because all the wines that I do, I didn't just come up with it to make them. I am just inspired to do them. And they just come to me individually. That's one of the things that is so amazing about it, is that all the wines that I do comes individually and they all come different time. Because the time that it takes to make, whenever I hear that voice that said, you know, you need to do that one, I immediately begin to tell me, you know, there's a direction as to how to do it, and it takes time. I used to do sales work, so I've had that wide connections with people out there. But one of the things to build a successful business based, is to have relationship with people, treat people right. Because if you don't treat people right, you ain't going anywhere. Sometimes you go out there and the response and the way people really react to you is not good, but you have to treat them good. You have to be nice to them because they are the ones that are going to take your business to where it needs to be had. And besides that, I love people. So I don't know of any enemy that I have. So I definitely establish a relationship through that. Life is not without challenges. And especially in making wines, it's a lot of challenge. But the challenges that I really face had to do with funding. Because I could remember I wanted some funds to really get some wine going. And I couldn't borrow because if you borrow, you have to pay. So I tried to borrow some from a family member. And they had lent me so much and helped me with so much that I believe that they get tired of me, But I feel a little discouraged, feel a little down, but I didn't allow it to stop me. I keep trying. And yes, it did come true. Because, one of the things that I learned is that God will test you or allow you to be tested when you're trusting Him to see if you really trust Him. And yes, I have seen Him coming through for me in every area that I'm working, So all the challenges that I've really faced is not so much a challenge, it's just the experience of going through what I'm going through to get where I need to be at. Well, I really can't think of any failure because all the stuff that I do, they're done so patiently. And I've been directed how to do them, so there's no room for that really. So I can't say there's any failure, It has to do with relationship. If you do something or you say something and it might affect what you're doing, you have to apologize, I have no problem with that, And I live in that avenue, And I don't know of any person that I've said anything to or done anything that would have created a problem for what I'm doing. What really happened is that when I started, because it's a new thing, and the experience in wine, I actually connect myself with a wine company from out of California. And I've also have a connection with a wine company in Toronto, which I still do get wine material from them. So anything that I see comes up and I didn't understand it, I would call them, I would email them, and they would send me the information immediately. So there was no room that anything would take me into a situation where I don't know where to turn because I don't understand what is happening. I would get the information from them. Currently, there's a gentleman that is doing some marketing, and I personally do most of the marketing myself. It's a bit tight to produce and to market, but based on what I'm doing, it's not so much a problem to produce and to market. So I do it timely. I take it one day at a time, step by step. I have developed and learned from a lady I was working with some years ago that all I need is one customer each week. And if I can get a customer each week, then certainly sooner or later I won't be able to supply them. So I'm working with that strategy. There's some work that is done on social media, but I'm not certain if I hadn't made any sale through those medium. But I know for sure that, and word of mouth, people are, telling the thing. I've had people calling me. Currently, there's also, on social media, there's a doctor guy, Marlon Herlock. He has actually placed his stuff on his website. And I've had people calling me from Europe, through his website. He actually endorsed all the product and love, what is going on there. I've gotten some assistance through the Things Jamaica. They actually catalog what I do and send out flyers and so on. Because currently the product is at Iberostar, and it is the Things Jamaica who have done some work on it, why the product is there. And I'm sure there are others who will be coming on board soon. To really maintain and keep a good product is quality and consistency. And that's one of the things that I've been encouraged with the Bureau standard, the inspector, whenever he comes along, you know, he said consistency is key, because what it does, it actually allows you to deliver a good product and one that will last for a long time. So yes, consistency is the key. Firstly, one has to know God, because without Him, where are you gonna go? I mean, you just can't go anywhere. And trusting Him, He gives you the direction and the way forward. So everything that I'm doing, the entire beginning and continuation of Tropical Wines is based on trusting God and how He leads me. In business generally, success comes from how you relate to people. What you're delivering, what are you delivering, you know? You have to make sure that you deliver the best, because that is what really brings success. And then again, it goes back to consistency, you know? People want to know that what you're giving them, you know, they can trust this and they're satisfied with what you're delivering. So that will give you success. I never thought of fear, because fear is dangerous. I have a faith that is anchored in God, and He leads me. So no, if something negative comes up, I dismiss it, because I know the danger of fear. So my whole confidence is in God and where He leads me, you know. He manages what I do.
Cameo brings the creative industries to life. Delighting creatives in different fields each week. Art.
My life turns art. I breathe, I eat art.
Fashion. Food.
Without a customer, we're nothing but four walls.
Music. Film. Cameo, only on Business Access TV.
There's only one recommendation for funding that is ever going to come from me, and that is funding from a bank.
This is the cost to build, and it includes every nail and screw for the building.
Our motto is building communities, building a nation.
Get in the know with the world of real estate with Business Access TV's Home Sweet Home, Sundays at 4:30 p.m.
Having a corporate event, seminar, awards show, conference, product launch, workshop or expo? Business Access TV is here to showcase your event. Contact our sales department at 908-0919, 906-6357 or 908-2775 for more information. Business Access TV, serious about business.
It's the only show that traces the steps of professionals.
From first and second form, I was involved in some club, some activity.
Then gives information on exactly how to get into that same career.
You do need a good grasp of English.
And no, you can branch out into whatever area you want to.
Tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Career Moves and catch up on all our episodes at batvja.com.
For me to be doing wine, I have no idea that I would be doing this. The motivation comes, as I mentioned earlier, because I wasn't working. And the only thing that I thought of that I would really go into is to make some wine. And the truth is, I didn't really thought I would have reached this level, because it wasn't a idea to come this far. It was just to make some wine, you know. But whenever I'm doing anything, and it gives me a desire to just keep going. You know, I do something and it's worse if there's a challenge in terms of, you know, you want the thing to come to a certain level and it's not there. Once I face a challenge, I have to overcome it. I can't say that there's anybody who has really inspired me in terms of where wine is, because Jamaica is not really a wine country. I only have to say God is the one who has directed me this far. And if anybody should have inspired me, he's the only one, because he's the best winemaker. And we know that, you know, it's biblical. So I can say yes, he's the one who has inspired me. My favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur is to connect with people. It feels good when you go out there and you share with people, they laugh, and they say, well, you know, I'm glad you come because, you know, you make me laugh. That means a lot to me. One word, God. My success is God, because when I looked where I'm coming from and where I'm at today, everything is God, because everything moves in time. And I tell you this, wine, if you don't know about wine and you're doing wine, you can lose a batch just like that, because wine can attract different things that would turn it into vinegar or something else. And I have never lost a batch, because whenever I'm going to do a batch of wine, there's this person that, and I know it's the Spirit of God who directs me how to do it. And like I say, if I see a difficulty come up and I don't understand it, I would email one of these wine places and they would tell me exactly what I need to do. The most satisfying moment for me is when I do sampling. And I do that quite a bit. I go around, you know, doing sampling, and people tasted the wine, and, you know, you see that smile on their face, and they tell you, know, I love this one, I love that one. It's really a good feeling, you know. People are enjoying what you produce. I could say all I do is work, work, work. Working, working, working. Yes, I'm not sure if I have any such time, because I devote all my time to working, because I've not really had the opportunity to employ anyone. I have to use all the time and the opportunity I have to just put into the work. So if there's some work that I need to do, that I probably could leave it for another day, I have to do it like today, you know? So it's working, working, working.
Troubled soul, the Savior can see.
Well, the Lord makes me happy, because there's moments when I played the guitar a little, and there are moments when I would plug in my amplifier and I would just sing Heavens Down. Because the moment singing and worshiping God brings a feeling that no person could really offer me. So worshiping God, you know, it gives me all the feeling and the joy that I enjoy. The plans for Butler's Wine forward is to continue to establish what I'm doing, make sure that the brand remains what it is, the quality, and to take it to the highest level, you know. This wine can reach to the highest in terms of marketing, and I'm moving in that direction slowly but surely. You might be a person who doing a business, or you might be thinking about getting into business. The first thing that you need to do is to make sure that what you're going to do is that you register with the government. It's important more than you might even think. And secondly, you need to trust God in what you're doing and be patient with what you're going into. Because you can't be going into business and want to go into business this year and next year you reach there. It takes time, and it's a lot of patience that you have to exercise. So put God first. Make sure that the government is involved in what you're doing, because you want to know that when you set up your thing and you're going, you don't have to be looking over your shoulder. You know that everything is in line with what you're doing. You're in the right track. So yeah, God first, and then the rest follow.
Our women are the backbone of our society. They deserve to be protected and respected. Domestic violence is not okay. Speak up and speak out. No more violence against women. Jamaican music has worldwide influence. This week on Cameo, we highlight instrumentalists.
I would usually pick up an instrument maybe 6, 7, 8 years of age. Unfortunately for some of us in Jamaica, like myself, you know, you have to wait till you reach like 12, 13 years of age to start, which is really not the right time to start. But, you know, when you start, you have to be serious, you have to practice, you have to look at it as a career where you're going to be interested in moving and getting bigger and getting more famous and everything. So this thing is a serious thing. It's not something that you do for show off or for hype, as people would say. It's a professional job and you just have to do it on a professional level.
Dean Fraser is a Jamaican saxophonist who has contributed to hundreds of reggae recordings since the 1970s. He was awarded the Musgrave Medal by the Jamaican government in 1993 in recognition of his services to music.
I came up through what you call the top 10 band where I play dance music. Then I started to play music in the studios, right? I have learned all of this over the years. I've sat beside great engineers, Jeffrey Chung, Stephen Stanley, Mr. Thompson, Dennis Thompson. I've sat beside all of these great people and watched them record, watched them mix music, and I've learned all of this stuff, you know, and so I am able now to produce. You understand me? And even when I say retire from playing live or playing my instruments, I can sit in the studio and produce, because that's where I just need my ear and my, music creativity to continue doing music as long as I want to. Well, now you have to be very creative live, because the songs don't sell anymore. They are not, on the recordings and things. So you have to be really good live. You have to be a good performer, and you just have to be on top of your game as a singer, as a musician, as a producer, and then I think you will make money. It is lucrative to be a musician. It can be, yes. Because it have its ups and downs, because, it's not something that's ongoing. It's not something that stays. You understand me? And I think you will notice it. Today, me, tomorrow, you understand me? There come a time when you have to change the direction that the music is going, It no matter what genre you're playing, but you can come and change the direction. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, and with this, you are able to, like, people are saying, what did he just do? You understand me? And so being creative really is the way to go, People don't think that music is a job. The average man think music is a hobby. Something where, man, it's a hobby, man. You just, what you gonna do? Play music? Then don't play, you gonna play. It's not anything serious. You understand me? So the kind of respect, that you get from music, I think that comes more from the hardcore people, the so-called downtown people. I think they show much more respect to our music than, our society in general. You understand me? The society will show respect more to individuals, but to the music itself and what you have done, is a little layman out there, you know, that say, yes, I like that, you understand me? We have the institution, we have Alpha, we have Stone Hill, and you have a couple of other places, because a couple of other schools now, like in Montego Bay, the Boys Club, you have quite a few places, like I think Pembroke Hall School, that's it. That, you know, all of these little schools are, you know, doing a lot of teaching to, you know, and bringing out instrumentalists. And of course the church, you know, that a lot of our great musicians come from. But if we could have just get a little more music in the schools, you know, part of the curriculum, you know, as a one subject, you know, it would have really put a little boost on with energy, you know, so that, you know, we could have feed Edna Manley with some more young, you know, vibrant and talented musicians. The most important thing is to learn your instrument and you are unable to play. Because if you are even someone who uses computer, you have to have some kind of music background to use it properly. You understand me? Because the people who just think that them can go computer and create music, really them just create disposables, you know, them don't really create nothing for last, or you know. And if you really want music for last, you have to play live, play an instrument, play good music. I mean, why Bob Marley gone, what, nearly 30 years and his music is still, you understand me? Ska music are 40-year-old and, you know, it's still good music. So, you know, even though we have all this electronic kind of stuff now, that is, to me, it's more, because you don't drive around listening to electronic club music and all of that, you know. You just need to have good music being played by instrumentalists and, you know, good vocals, good everything.
There's only one recommendation for funding that is ever going to come from me, and that is funding from a bank.
This is the cost to build, and it includes every nail and screw for the building.
Our motto is building communities, building a nation.
Get in the know with the world of real estate with Business Access TV's Home Sweet Home, Sundays at 4:30 p.m.
We're taking you beyond our shores, across the region and around the world. Every week, BATV gives you in-depth reporting on the major stories that gripped headlines in the Caribbean and on the international scene. Join us Sundays for This Week Abroad. Business Access TV, serious about business at home and abroad.
Go for God Family Church.
Today's message is for those of you who thought that Jesus was finished.
Inspiring messages.
I'm here to tell you today that you are excellent. God is excellent.
Empowerment from biblical motivation.
To be glorified means to endow with authority. A woman is a powerful, creative being.
Join Pastor Christopher Morgan and the Go for God team as we go for God.
Clive Hunt is a Jamaican reggae multi-instrumentalist, arranger, composer, and producer. He has worked with Beres Hammond, Judy Mott, the Abyssinians, and Garnet Silk, and recorded with Jimmy Cliff, Steely and Clevie, and the Rolling Stones, to name a few.
I think, say, anything that's of the arts, just like somebody just start, just say, a blank canvas or a paper and start painting. It's creativity. I mean, I think people who build a car is creative, being creative, or somebody who do carpentry or make shoes or clothes is creative too. So music is just one of them, but then most instrumentalists are not really creators. They just play what they learn to play, and they play something somebody else do, and they might do a little improvisation here and there, and it's like a creative thing. But music is the art of creativity. That's what it's the only way I could describe it.
Eyes get so red from anger and wrath.
Music is all I've ever done. I don't have it as different from anything else, I think anything else someone is doing has its challenges and has ways when it can be approached different for growth and to, and to be better, and for us to pass on the knowledge we have to other younger ones and show them, okay, this is where we are, this is where you can go. So the challenge is just norm in another skill. But in music and in our Jamaican and the cultural aspect of our thing, there are quite a bit of challenges. And before Edna Man is doing such a great job of letting out a lot of instrumentalists, even the singers I call instrumentalists, they don't call themselves that. They are just one member in the band. They are no special than the bass player or the drummer, to me, right? So it gives me an advantage when I'm producing them, to let them know, say, you're just one member of the band. Edna is out a bunch of good instrumentalists, very good, above average. Back in my days, you didn't find so many good people coming out. I never seen it. And I think Alpha was doing that job for a long time, Alpha Boys School. But the challenge now is not just, say, players or instrumentalists. The challenge now is the level of creativity and the directions of the creativity.
What invasion of privacy with this modern technology.
I'm not going to be like some of my friends who call any music making Jamaica reggae. No, reggae is as a distinct, has certain distinctions. I wanted to be one of the best musicians ever in Jamaica as a black Jamaican youth. I'm a daddy a Rasta man. I learned classical music. I studied every book. I read about every composer, Beethoven, Bach, everything. I could tell you everything about them, everything. You know what I mean? I learned all of these things. I went to college in England. I did well. Everybody was proud of me. I came back and I was in the army, playing in one of the military bands. And then somebody come and asked me, I think it was Bonnie Brown, worked with Derek Harrod to play in a session, a recording session. They might take long, I have to go back and kiss my teeth. I mean, because everything they do to me was simple. So I think it was Wiley, though, was one of Bob Marley and the Wailers, one of Bob geniuses. He said, Soldier, you know the song? I said, no, I never play a pop music, only when the army band plays something. So anyway, I said, no, and I just kind of say, bridge wrong. And I think I just helped them out. And then I did my part, and I worked for like 5 minutes, and my pay was the same pay as my 2 weeks pay in the army. And I couldn't believe it. Anyway, they asked me to come back tomorrow, and then I get in trouble, because whenever the army looked for me now, I was in the studio everywhere. So I become a musician because I knew theory, I knew instruments, I could help, and I didn't know it was the top recording musicians in Jamaican reggae, in the world. It was a band named Now Generation Band with the greatest musician, if you look them up, serious, and producer. Jeffrey Chung, which was the leader, he died as a song he produced with Maxi Priest, go, just want to be close to you. He became number one in the US and he got sick and died. I was assisting. They started to hire me even when I'm not working. They hire me to be there because I'm like this troubleshooter guy now. You know what I mean, musically. And me not just says me, but okay, I know music. And reggae musicians don't really know music. They just play music. But I studied music, you know what I mean? I could just do anything. Turn the paper upside down, I read it anyway. You know You know what I mean? And say, guys, it's so, blah, 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 blah. And they say, okay, Clive say, and they trust me. So anyway, a friend of mine was in that band, the drummer, Michael Boo. He keep telling me, and Bunny Ruggs from Third World, we're par. And they might tell me, say, I was doing a lot for the sessions, so I should try and produce a session. And I said, no, I'm not ready yet, because my original goal was to be an arranger, as I told you, a conductor, which is basically the same thing, but more musical. And they were saying, Clive, do a session. And I said, no, I'm not ready yet. I mean, anyway, Mikey actually took me one day and gave me money to produce a session and told me not to hire any of the guys in which I've ever worked with. He just wanted to prove to me that I could do something. So when I booked a Treasure Studio, Joe Creed, I produced a song, and some of the musicians them quit on me right away because I was demanding some different approach. And the song ended up become a big hit. In fact, I'm so surprised. I didn't even have a song. I wrote it on the spot. A song named Milk and Honey. The song became big. In fact, I didn't even have a singer. And I just sing the melody myself, you know. And I was in another band, and I give the song, the artist, the band name, and the band blew up. You know what I'm saying? And it worked, and then people from overseas coming to me and asking me for the song and do this and do that. So I became one of maybe the first in the history of reggae music. I became a producer for hire. So people say, hire me to produce. So most producers, almost every producer is people who spend their own money, or borrow money, beg money, produce a song, or beg musician, beg studio time. So it's actually, people start asking me now, and I am producing the Abyssinians.
There is a land far, far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away.
I think young people or people in the creative industry should we actually register their business, or we should register, because you still only make pennies, you know. And the more you're registered globally in the business, is the more the pennies we collect. I'm still only collecting from one little or two little places, when there's still 20 other places I'm not collecting from. And I'm talking so big and bold. You know what I mean? I'm not a businessman. You know what I'm saying? But one of the first things is for everyone to know where for them to register themselves and to promote themselves, and to still find managers and agents that will represent you properly, and get lawyers who really know what they're doing and who just want to be associated with entertainment business. Because it is 99.9% Latin Jamaica. The lawyers don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about the business. They just want to say they are. Yeah, and they take your money and...
Outside of that,
Ready for cable for as little as $100? Ready for no monthly cable bill? Ready for 10 TV channels absolutely free? Then pick up our Ready TV box at authorized stores for $4,500. Hook it up to your TV set, then top it up with Ready credit for 1, 7, or 30 days. Buy now and get $1,000 free Ready credit and start watching your favorite shows. Pick it up, hook it up, top it up. Ready TV, prepaid cable TV when you're ready. Now serving Kingston and St. Catherine. Limited time offer while stocks last. Conditions apply.
This is Weekend Business Report. Economic windfall.
Unsecured loans.
Alleged corruption.
Follows the closure. If they made this investment.
Brokers
strive to increase revenues.
He sought some answers.
Financial meltdown.
Here are the week's final. Here's Guard. News Roundup.
Camille, it's back to you.
That's Weekend Business Report with me, Keneal Gale. Saturdays and Sundays.
Have you seen it? It's BATV Live. Live streams of business news weekdays at 7:30 p.m. Stay on point Thursdays at 8 p.m. with our Business Current Affairs show, and Weekend Business Report Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. wherever you are. Log on to our Facebook page at Business Access TV or visit our website at batvja.com. Live and at your fingertips. Business Access TV, serious about business.
Having a corporate event, seminar, awards show, conference, product launch, workshop or expo? Business Access TV is here to showcase your event. Contact our sales department at 908-0919, 906-6357 or 908-2775 for more information. Business Access TV, serious about business.
As a musician, all my life, I've been exposed to instruments, music. All the members of my immediate family play some instrument of some kind. My younger brother and I play the most instruments though. Starting kindergarten, big ups to Mrs. Longmore from Bel Air, who taught me all of that stuff. She honed my drumming skills especially, and just saw the talent and the love for the music. So Bel Air was where I really developed that first love, and at home as well. And then in high school, when I went to Manchester High School, straight into the school band from first form. And all through my high school years, I was always in the band, always around keyboards. Big ups to Manchester High School and all the teachers and my classmates and friends. They can tell you, always saw Nigel around a piano or a drum set, always. Honing your craft as an instrumentalist, wow. Understanding and learning about the instrument itself. 2, learning about your art form, the art form itself, and the art form as it relates and pertains to your culture. Because if you want to function in the industry, you have to be able to make music that people can relate to on a cultural level. Learning to play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, good, no problem. But then you have to be able to apply it to your dancehall culture, your classical culture, your R&B culture, so that the persons who will end up buying your songs or participating or consuming your culture will relate and understand to it. Learning the business, music business is also very important. You need to know that after you have the art form honed and you've made all these products that you want to sell to the consumer, you understand how the consumer consumes. So we don't make songs that people can't relate to, that people aren't interested in buying in. We don't do that for artists as well. The artist that you like is because you can relate to the artist, and the songs have to match the lifestyle and the persona of the artist. So it's a whole lot of little intricate things that you have to pay attention to as an instrumentalist. You have to understand as well, especially how people dance. I don't think the instrumentalists themselves do a lot of reading and research to understand how to achieve what they say they want to achieve. Well, everybody wants to get rich and drive a Benz and a range and have whatever they want to have, many houses, many cars, whatever it is. But the process, there's a process that has to happen. There's a way you enter into the industry, there's a way you function in the industry. And most of them are genuinely clueless. They don't know, no one has told them, they've never done the research. So I think that desire to play and create should be balanced with the desire to learn how to function in the marketplace that you're trying to market your song and develop as an instrumentalist. I don't think the persons around us in the industry, the stalwarts that are in the industry, share. It's very hard for the younger ones to have a conversation with the older ones and to get advice. A lot of them are reluctant to share, and a lot of them, they're never here for you to share. So I think there needs to be some kind of formal system where if it's even one person that you personally rate as a stalwart or as a veteran, to say, okay, I'm going to take this person up in hand. I can't help everybody, but let me take up this promising kid as far as I'm concerned and help that. I think the bureaucratic system as well needs to facilitate the creative industries. Our culture, not even our music, but our culture is our oil.
If you love reggae and dancehall music, let me see your two hands.
It's our gold, it's our diamond, and we've never been able, or we've not paid enough attention and spent enough resources to hone it properly. And so we need to know that the musicians can get the instruments. There's a medium and a forum for all of these things to be learned and to be had, and to develop them. And then the access to the rest of the world is another thing, where we have so many good songs, great songs, nice songs, gimmick songs that are of international standard, but where is the medium that you're gonna use to get it out to the world? There are a lot of great things that are happening in Jamaica, but the channels to put them out, the road to put them out, it's literally non-existent. And our industry has really been built mostly on a hit or miss scenario, where somebody gets lucky or somebody made the right call at the right time. It's like being on a mango tree just at the time when the biggest mango falls and you're able to pick it up. It's not a system where, yes, we're gonna pick mangoes today and we're gonna get that one. It's nothing like that. We don't have all the proper players. We need more entertainment lawyers. We need more booking agents. We need booking agents that don't only receive the phone calls for the bookings, but they make phone calls and say, we're available to be booked. We need better songwriters, and not just songwriters as in lyricists. The same post-chorus, pre-chorus, bridge. Does my song start with a chorus? Does my song start with a verse? A lot of people don't even realize now that a lot of songs don't even have an introduction. They go straight into the song. You know what that achieves? That allows me to sing my chorus 5 times instead of 4 times. And when I sing my chorus 5 times instead of 4 times, and within that chorus it has a hook that says one word 16 times. I just sang one word 80 times. You must learn that song there. See what I'm saying? So we need to just pay attention and set up the thing properly so that we can present a product.
That's it this week for Cameo. Even in the midst of challenges, our creative industries continue to shine.
Every day you wake up, you have another opportunity to make this little island better, safer, a place where we all can be proud to call home. It's time we all recognize that every little thing we do has an impact on the Jamaica we live in now and the country we're leaving for our children. So promise me this, promise yourself this: no more will we tolerate criminals, even if it's our relatives. Tell them they're doing something wrong. Tell them to stop. Tell them no more robbing our children of the Jamaica they deserve. Tell them no more crime.